Out of all the classes in TF2, the soldier is growing quickly in my heart. The soldier's main job is to act as the assault unit for the entire group, using rockets to fire into large groups of enemies to take them down, and if you have one of his many banners equipped, providing buffs for the entire team. The soldier also has a very unique style of combat called rocket jumping, being able to use one of your own rockets to propel the soldier high into the air and across the field. This gives the soldier a unique leveling system, as you can decide if you want to learn how to rocket jump, or if you do not want to rocket jump, as it is not crucial for the soldier's playstyle. Another unique ability of the soldier is his use of banners, which allow you to give temporary buffs to the entire team. This can come in handy in choke points or in attacking the maneuvers when you need to give your team a potential boost. Now we move on to the soldier's weapons. If I have to say one weapon would be my absolute favourite, it would have to be the Market Gardener. Compared to his other weapons, you're not going to end up using your melee that often, but knowing I have this little shovel to keep me defended, and if I pull off a right rocket jump and manage to get a crits with it, it turns into a very fun tool to use. The weapon I like least is the Man Treads. While on paper they may seem good, being able to rocket jump on top of your enemies and drop down for some damage, when you compare it to something like the Market Gardener, which can do critical damage for rocket jumping, it seems to come off as bland. And when you could easily swap it out for something like the Buff Banner or Battalion's Backpack to allow to buff your team, it seems kind of pointless in the long run. Okay, the Pyro. At first glance, like most people, I just expected the Pyro to be a character that runs around using a flamethrower. However, when delving deeper into the Pyro, you'll learn that his strategies are more advanced. Against enemy Demo Man and enemy soldiers, using the Compression Blast ability to knock their own projectiles back at them can cause major damage, as well as using a flamethrower around sentries to help engineers check for spies. The Pyro also has one very unique ability to his class, an ability known as Afterburn. By using your flamethrower or one of the Pyro's many flare guns on an opponent, even after you've stopped firing at them, the player will still be ignited for a few seconds, leading them to need to find health before they burn to death. Overall, the Pyro may be the best class for doing quick bursts of damage. Compared to something like the Demo Man's sticky bombs or even the Heavy's minigun, the Pyro's flamethrower can deal massive amounts of damage but in a short burst. Combined with his low amount of health means he'll die pretty quickly but still be able to do fair bits of damage here and there. Out of all Pyro's weapons, the one you'll probably find the most useful is the Homewrecker. Compared to the fact that you don't use the Pyro's melee slot for actual combat while you could easily burn the opponent's away with a flamethrower. If you play a Pyro character, using a Homewrecker to knock off enemy sappers from sentries can come in real handy for the hollover class. The weapon I like least for the Pyro is also the most confusing, the Sharpened Volcano Fragment. While you may consider a weapon that does fire-based damage to be good for the Pyro, when you realize that in close quarters combat you'd be better off using your flamethrower, it makes the weapon have little purpose outside of game modes where you would have no flamethrower. This limits it to sudden death in medieval mode, and when you could equip something like a Homewrecker to help out allied engineers, this weapon seems to lose any real purpose in the game.
Have a plan to kill everyone you meet.
Next up is the Sniper, and do I really need to explain what the Sniper does? His primary job is to, of course, snipe people from a distance and use his sniper rifle to keep everyone at bay. In my personal opinion, the best weapon for the Sniper is the Tribesman Shiv. It acts as the perfect last defense if your sniper is attacked directly. Being able to give a few whacks off this will cause bleed damage onto your opponent, and even if they manage to kill you, you should be able to still kill them with the bleed. To me, the worst weapon for the Sniper is the Cleaner's Carbine. It acts as simply a replacement for the SMG, and when you could equip something like the Razorback to defend against spies, it seems to have no other purpose than to being a small assault weapon. And considering the Sniper shouldn't be in the main battle anyway, it seems rather pointless.